Hi everyone and welcome back, or welcome for the first time. I can't believe it's going to be 10 years this summer that I've been living in Czech Republic. About 5 years ago I made a video called Czech Culture Shocks that kind of like blew up, I guess. Then I tried to make some videos about life in Czech Republic and it just really wasn't working out. I didn't have any passion in it, so I just didn't do it. This is probably going to be the last video that I make about life in Czech Republic. I'm going to be transitioning this channel into something else, something that I'm more passionate about in terms of yoga, movement, and natural health and wellness. So if those are things you're interested in, I would be happy if you stick around. If you came here simply because you wanted to see things about life in Czech Republic, I'm sorry, I'm not bringing any more of that to the table. So there is Jen from Dream Prague for all of your American and Czech Republic needs. All right, so I've been here for 10 years and there are some very important things that I've learned over these last 10 years. Some of them have to do with life in Czech Republic and some of them just have to do with life in general. The first thing I learned in these 10 years is that a lot can happen in 10 years. I feel like I've been 6 different people in the time I've been living in this country. And I've started to grow more into myself over that time. Being in a new place, away from previous expectations of friends and family, gave me the space and the opportunity to grow into who I really wanted to be, not just who everyone was expecting me to be. Now that's not something that happened overnight. That was a process that has taken probably about 7 or 8 years. And now I would say I feel way more comfortable in who I am and how I think and how I feel about life and the things that I believe and the things that I enjoy. But also I'm more confident in saying the things I don't enjoy. Because I know then that the people who care about me will care about me for the true me, not the me that I'm pretending to be. The second thing is life is short, but also terribly and unsufferably long. So life is way too short to spend your time doing a whole bunch of things that make you unhappy or things that you don't enjoy. I understand that there will be periods in our life when we have to do that, but I believe in creating an 80-20 balance where 80% of our life is things that we enjoy, that we're striving, we're working towards, and then 20% is stuff that we have to do but maybe don't enjoy so much. If that balance gets flipped, we're doing 80% of the things we don't enjoy and only 20% of the things we do enjoy, it's going to cause a lot of negative impact on our physical and mental health. So life is short, right? But I feel like I've been here forever. These 10 years have also flown by. I can't believe that I've lived in both Prague, Brno, and Ostrava. And I've traveled all over on the eastern part of the country and I've gone to a few different places on the western part of the country. And after having been everywhere, I still think Ostrava is my favorite. The third thing is that Czech people are typically much more friendlier and nicer outside of Prague. But there's a good reason for that. Now, most English-speaking people come to Prague, they teach English or have some sort of job for about 2 or 3 years, travel around in Europe a bit, and then go back to wherever it is they came from, or on to their next destination. So local people of Prague are less likely to reach out and make long-lasting deep connections with them. They know most of them are gonna leave anyway, so what's the point? I'm not saying that there aren't nice people in Prague, but it tends to happen a bit more outside of the capital city, where the local people are more intrigued and interested in people who have moved in from other places. Usually those people have Czech, relatives or Czech spouses, or they just have decided to move to more of a smaller place and they usually stay there for a bit longer. So the locals of the town or the village or the city are more likely to welcome them in and really foster those deep connections. There's also way less tourism, especially English tourism, in other places outside of the capital city and the main tourist destinations. So people are more likely to kind of work with you and make more of an effort with your broken Czech than people in Prague who just get frustrated with you. Number 4, The people who work at the Ministry of Interior offices, or as we know them, the Czech Foreign Police, they actually can speak English. I have heard so many stories from people in Prague who have to go to the foreign police to change an address or renew a visa, and they say the experience is terrible because the people at foreign police, they don't speak English. And I think, well, I've never had a problem with them. That's because I go in with my now very poor and broken Czech and explain to them what it is I need or what I'm trying to do, and then 9 times out of 10 they will switch to English. So I think if you go in and you make an effort to speak their language, then they see you're making an effort and they're more likely to also make an effort and work with you. Number 5, my brain is only capable of holding 2 languages at once. Anymore, it just gets confused. I used to be able to speak Czech when I lived outside of Prague. I had to speak Czech in restaurants, at different offices I would go to, with people that I knew, and so I was much better at it. Since moving back to Prague, working for American companies or English-speaking environments, and my just pure laziness, I don't use it anymore, right? If you don't use it, you lose it. I've also been studying Italian for the past 3 years, and so now if somebody asks me a question, you know, in the grocery store, in the post office, or maybe for directions on the street, my brain understands everything that they've said to me, but then out comes something in Italian, and now all of us are even more confused. Number 6, the rules are more like suggestions. Whenever there is a sign anywhere, you know, near a tram stop, bus stop, train station that says no smoking, you can almost always find somebody at that place who is smoking. I also heard that they've tried to ban fireworks in the city of Prague. Well, I tell you what, this New Year's Eve there were just as many fireworks as there have been for the past 4 years. It doesn't matter if you try to ban something or outlaw something, people are going to find a way to get that thing if that's what they really want. This leads me to number 7, and that is everything in life is optional. Absolutely everything. You can try to mandate something or force something, but in reality, as sovereign human beings, absolutely everything in life is optional. Number 8, don't jump on the bandwagon. Just don't. Just because everyone is doing something doesn't mean that it is helpful or beneficial. Give it some time and see if that thing is really right for you. Don't feel pressured to do something just because everyone else is doing it. And also, don't do something simply because everyone else is pressuring you to do it. It may be something that's big and seemingly important, or it may be something that is small and meaningless, like watching Game of Thrones or whatever other Netflix series happens to be popular at the time. Step back, give yourself a minute to think about it, and then decide if whatever that action is really right for you. Just because everyone else is doing it doesn't mean that you have to. Number 9 is actually one of my core values. If you don't like your job, get a new one. In the past 10 years, I've done everything from teaching in primary schools and elementary schools to working for a travel company and even the Drunken Monkey. Are they still even around, the Drunken Monkey? It's not worth your physical and mental health being stressed out and sick all the time or even angry. Take time, look for something else. If you don't like your job, just get a new one. Easy fix. Number 10, people have terribly short memories. Every summer, it gets really hot here for like 2 or 3 weeks. By really hot, I mean like 30 degrees. I know, for some of you, maybe that's not so hot. But every summer, for like 1 or 2 weeks, the temperatures get up near 30 degrees and everyone freaks out and is like, this is the hottest it's ever been. No, it did the same thing last year. Then in the fall, everybody gets really excited when it kind of is warm and sunny in like the 3rd week of September. They're like, oh, it's Bobby Leto. No, you can't have Bobby Leto until after the first freeze or until you're officially into fall. Otherwise, it's still just regular summer. Bobby Leto usually comes in the last week of October, like clockwork, for nearly the past 10 years. We'll see how it goes this year, right? They do the same thing again in the winter. It gets really cold, then it gets warm, then it gets really cold again. And they're like, oh gosh, you know, it got really cold, then it gets warm. They think that winter is over, but like this year, guys. We had all that really nice snow in December. We might get more. Yeah, don't give up hope. The ski places might still succeed this year. And number 11 is a bonus. The only thing that you can control with 100% accuracy is how you choose to respond. You can't control other people, you can't control the situation, you can't control what's going on around you, you cannot control the weather, but you can control how you choose to respond. If you would like to learn more about how you can begin to control your response to situations instead of simply emotionally reacting, you can join me for the 30-day structured self-inquiry journey, where we go through and examine our people-pleasing, self-sabotage, and intrusive thoughts and how they are impacting our life. The self-study is a 30-day workbook with different exercises that allow you to apply the key concepts to your daily life in a meaningful and practical way. We also have daily agenda pages and task sheets that help you set goals and really stick to them. At the end of the 30 days, you'll be able to recognize your patterns and you'll know how to stop them. You'll be able to respond to situations with intention instead of simply responding from emotion, and you'll have much more mental clarity than you've ever had before. So if that's something you're interested in, you can see the links below. We're going to start really soon. Thank you everyone for your support on all the previous videos. I hope you stick around as we begin to shift gears and discuss topics more related to health and wellness and movement and mental health. So until next time, bye.